Hello, everyone. Today on the Hire Me podcast, I have with me Stella Arduser. Let's jump right in and learn about how Stella could be your next great hire and professional connection. Stella, welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have you here. So let's just jump right in and tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Oh, thank you so much, Heather, for having me. I am Stella DaCruz Arduser. I am legit African American. My family is from Angola, Africa, and I'm a daughter of refugees who came for the American dream, and we have been very, very successful in grasping that. I am a lifelong educator. I love teaching as well as learning. I am currently in Gainesville, Florida. I've been here since 1999 when I attended the University of Florida. They have all of my money. I've gotten 4 degrees from them. All of my degrees are from the University of Florida. So I've made an investment there. And I have worked with in education and the Alachua County Public Schools as well as University of Florida for 20 years. So education is my passion. So that is, in a nutshell, who I am.
I want to know, and everybody else wants to know,
Sure.
what type of role are you looking for?
Mm-hmm. And that is amazing. Thank you for asking me, because usually, you go and you apply for that. But if I could pick anything and build it, I am just really looking for a role that can be specific to equity and social justice in education. My passion is diversity, inclusion, equity, and belonging for children as well as educators, and really gathering stakeholders and getting them at the table for those crucial conversations, because right there where we're having those critical conversations will impact the opportunities we give for students and for children. So really, I would love to be able to travel. I enjoy doing that through the Florida Association of School Administrators, where I am a committee. I am over the committee for the diversity squad, is what I say, as well as in June, I will be taking a directorship and really just learning from others, finding best practices, putting it into place, and then seeing it come to fruition for children. So really anything where I could build, assess, and then celebrate our success is what I would love. A job like that would be perfect.
Oh my goodness. I feel this passion, and I know everybody else does too. It almost feels silly to ask you this next question, but I want more of this passion. What is it about this work that you love so much?
Well, as I stated earlier, I'm a daughter of refugees. So I come from a man and a woman who were stripped from their country because they were fighting for equity, and they were fighting for a chance to really be successful in their motherland, and that was taken away from them. But the United States of America offered them the opportunity to continue to learn, as well as to have children and to provide that American dream for them. And so I come from workers and inspirational leaders, but even with that, I still needed a teacher. Her name was Angela Gross. I still needed her to tell me that there was value and that I could do anything. And so because I know the power of a teacher, I became one. And from that, it's an innate passion and a determination to make sure that every child has that experience and has that one or several adults to say, you will be your best self, because there's no other choice, because we won't let you fail. And I believe that helping to build a system around every child to do that is really what the American dream and that access is all about.
Oh, good. I'm tearing up a little bit.
Oh,
because I just feel it. I love it. So in looking for this new opportunity to make an even bigger impact than you already are, what type of leadership and culture will really help you thrive and succeed at this work?
I have had the opportunity of working as an assistant principal and as a teacher, and even as a counterpart with some outstanding Florida leaders who are fearless and relentless. They don't just make the plan, it's a living, breathing plan that will alter and move according to what the student's response is. And so I need that courageous leader to understand me and say, okay, Stella, you are over the top. You are all of the things, all of it. You're going to bring it every day, but understand that the passion is from a place of understanding and of a place that needs to be honored and treasured, and also needs to be coached. Because, with this passion comes a lot of like, whoa, people might not be ready for it. But to have that leader to say, it's so necessary, and I'm going to help you stay at the table, remain at the table, because you're worth that seat. You fought for that seat. And I know that you're building that seat for others. And so that courageous, relentless leader who means what he or she says is I thrive with that.
You've told us about your history of like being a teacher and assistant principal and those kind of things that you've done. But let's get a little bit more specific. What are the problems that you are looking to solve for your next employer?
Mm-hmm. Well, as a principal sitting in that big seat, you get easily distracted from several different things that really don't help you impact the greater good, the mission. So one thing that I am very masterful at is keeping the big picture in mind and keeping everyone working and focused towards that big picture of success in every child through providing that equitable and quality education. And so really one thing that I love that I've done was I had a principal, as an assistant principal at a high school, say, we need to provide some type of remediation to offer the students within the school day. Because at that school, some students couldn't stay after school because they were working on their farm, they had a job, they were athletes, but that didn't stop them from needing that extra support. So we had to come up with what's called a multi-tiered system of support within the school day, because she wasn't taking, we just can't do it as an answer. And I love that. And so I met Jane Elsperman, who is a well-renowned educational leadership expert who talked about Power Hour. And so I studied her work, studied what the research said, went back, made sure to, as a project manager, work it from start to finish, build the necessary team around me to make this happen, presented it to my principal. We surveyed the teachers. We found out what talents we had on the faculty to make it happen. And then we put it into action with key indicator or key spots to where we can assess what we expected. And we were able to reach children that way by providing them with the teacher, who's the most powerful asset we can give a student, within the school day. So teachers had office hours within the school day to reach the students. So that being said, I'm an architect, I'm a builder, and I'm a coach. I'll build the blueprint for you according to what's needed. I'll get the team in place, we'll build it, and I'll coach them along the way so we don't give up.
Everybody, if you're not inspired by this conversation, you need to listen again.
Thank you.
I am inspired. So we have one final question, and I know that your answer has been woven all throughout this conversation already, but I want you to name it specifically, right? What is it that matters to you? Like, what are your values?
My values really lies within allowing people to bring them their authentic selves, allowing people to bring their stories with them, because that's where we'll get the power of a dynamic decision making, and it's data. That's that qualitative data that there's not a valuable measurement tool for it, but it brings such a dynamic result in the team, along with all of the quantitative data. And so allowing that safe and brave space for people to bring in the tools that matters to them, that's how you build people. And because I was a product of someone or several people building me, I feel like I need to continue this work. And that I've also, like at times it hasn't been comfortable for me because there are people who might have not understood, and I've had to deal with that. But to continue that work and to really be provided that environment and to be a part of providing that environment for others is what I value deeply. Like I said, my family, there was like no excuses. No matter what happened, you keep going. because you never know who you're impacting. And that shouldn't matter. Just do great work. And so value to me is just that, accepting me for who I am and helping me grow.
Stella, thank you so much for coming on the Hire Me podcast. It was so good to learn about you and your skills and the value and passion that you're going to bring into your next role. So for those of you who are watching or listening, be sure to connect with Stella through the links in the description and the show notes. And make sure that you subscribe, follow, like, and share our content here on the Hire Me podcast so we can continue elevating more of today's top talents. Take care, everyone. Bye.